walkers pretty much destroy the 1-1-1 because it does damage on a lot of different targets. It doesn't focus fire very well. I think all the Night Elves are overreacting playing Talons. Many of those, they probably couldn't win with Talons before the patch, even the old patch. And then they think, because their keeper has been nerfed, that they should try it for the first time, but I guess at least I'm still quite used to that matchup more than the keeper. I see, thank you. We're against a human player on Echo, and as I mentioned to you earlier today, I've been pretty poor on my scouting and reactions against human early game. The main issue I have in the Orc human matchup I always have is I don't keep track of where they are enough, and I don't have a winning picture. I don't have a winning picture idea sometimes against human. That's the problem. Because yeah, I'm like, if they get Thunderclap, I'm like, yeah, that's hard. Yes. Ready to work. When you want. Be happy. And if they get Alchemist second, that's hard. Something you're doing? Work. What do you want? We're gonna go for the Ogre, unless we see that he's going for the Tavern.
Under attack! Life for the Horde. Dabu. Dokar. Dabu. Yes, Lord. I am yours. Yes. What task is there? What do you want?
And he's not.
What do you want? Oh, excellent choice. Yes. Yes. We're under attack. I am yours. Yes. Yes, Lord. Something you're doing? Work. Oh, Master. Yes. I can do that. Happy. What task is there? Yes, what do you want? Something you do.
Okay, Peon did its duty. Knows he's still on his own island. Try to steal this level 3. Nice. Run away, don't overuse Wind Wall. Think where he could go next. Also, Archmage cannot get level up now. So he's got to go somewhere creatively. That's a really big steal. Use Grunt to track his movement, but don't take too much damage. And actually, we'll keep the Peon around.
Can I help you?
Yes, Lord.
So we can do some staff shenanigans. No, you know what? Never mind. That only works if I don't sell TP.
Yes, Lord. What you want?
Oh, he's going for that fast expansion attempt.
Yes, Lord. Master. Are you hero? Excellent choice. Are you hero?
He's level 2 now. He might just be creeping, not expanding.
Yes. Excellent choice. Yes. Can't build there. Oh. Yes. Excellent choice. Taste of my blade. We're under attack. I am yours.
Now he needs Staff of Telly,
Master.
which is kind of cool. And if he doesn't get it in time, then we will.
Oh.
He did not want to buy it.
Yes.
Which actually reminds me of Starship Troopers, where when they say he did not want to buy it, they mean he didn't want to die. They have this funny slang in Starship Troopers. It's kind of appropriate in both situations. We'll go back for heal solve. Get, let's see, standard style. Shadow. Beastry, nothing fancy. Totem.
What do you want? Yes, Lord. Oh.
Both the book and the movie are nice.
Are you hero and obey? Master? I am yours. Oh. Excellent choice.
They're
Are you
sucking
hero
our
and
brains,
obey?
bastards.
Yes, Lord. Yes. What task is there? I am yours. Huh? Yes. Oh.
We can get pillage to kill this farm. Gives us 40 gold and 10 lumber. Not quite recouping
hero
our
and obey?
pillage investment,
Yes, Lord. Hey. Yes.
but better than
Excellent,
not having it.
Are you hero and obey? Excellent choice. Yes.
Water elementals are a little slow.
I
They're
am yours.
quite surroundable
Yes. Excellent choice. Hey.
if
Are you
you
hero and obey?
position properly.
What task is there? Excellent choice. Are you hero and obey? Excellent choice. Taste my blade. Oh.
Be my next
What
big damn.
task is there? I am yours.
Who do I kill first?
Work
Direct my
complete.
blade.
Yes, Lord.
Okay, we'll send the raider to collect the pillage resources.
Hey. Excellent choice.
I never accidentally pick mirror image, no,
Are you hero and obey?
in a serious game. So we're expecting that he just expanded. We must still ascertain this,
I am yours.
but for now we work under that assumption.
What task is there?
Use my
I am yours. Yes, chieftain.
Just make sure you don't accidentally get your raider surrounded by a bunch of footmen.
Oh.
Sneaky humans.
What task is there? Oh. Are you hero and obey? I am yours.
Go for the shop.
Oh. I am
We're thinking probably we do a big timing attack.
Yes, Lord. I am yours.
See?
Yeah.
They always try.
Yes, Lord.
Filthy, sneaky footmanses.
Yes, Lord.
Always watching. Always looking.
What
Fat hobbits doesn't trust us. Master does.
direct my blade.
I am yours. We're under attack. Yes, Lord. I am one.
Be my next.
With heal scroll, we should be able to break anything he has.
What task is there?
And protection scroll as well.
What task
Hey ho, let's go.
My power.
I am yours. I am one. Yes, Lord. What task is there?
Who be my next
I am
big
yours. What task is there? Yes. I am one. Yes, Lord. Yes, I am yours.
Use my power.
Yes. Say the word. I am yours. Taste my blade. Something. I am excellent choice.
We are enemies.
What task is there? Oh. I am one.
Just as I
What task is there?
is death.
Use
Yes, Chieftain. I am yours.
I am
Yes, Lord. I am yours.
direct my
Yes, Chieftain.
trouble.
Who be my next big
Just
damn.
as
We are
I am yours. Yes, Chieftain. Must ride. Yes, Lord. Yes. Please. Need something.
There you go.
Excellent choice.
Leave now
Yes, Lord.
and never come back.
Yes. What task is there? I am yours. Are you hero and obey? Hey.
I am
Yes,
No.
Lord. Yes. Excellent choice. Yes. I am yours.
Counterpulse. No, we're just pretending we're leaving
Excellent choice.
and never coming back.
Yes, Lord.
So here we are again. Because we got betrayed by Faramir and his club.
What task is there?
Master wouldn't hurt us.
Yes, Chieftain. Yes, Lord. What do you want? Need something. What task is there?
I am one.
Yes, Lord. Need something. Check on. I am yours. Trouble. Yeah. What task is there? Yes, Lord. No problem.
Use my
Oh.
faster.
Yes, Lord. Ah! What task is there? Yes. Yes. Yes.
We get speed scroll
Excellent choice.
and we do it all again.
What task is there?
could have gone tier 3 during all this.
Yes.
There are enemies hiding. Right.
Yes, Lord.
Can I help
We
you?
need more gold.
And protection as well.
I am hero and obey.
What troubles you?
What is something? I am yours.
Mother Earth.
Yes, Lord. Oh.
Second time I don't have Spirit Link upgrade yet.
Yes, chieftain. What my dream? Yes. Say the word.
Blade. Bastard.
Yes, Lord. Face my seed. I am yours. Ah!
Spirits.
Time to die. Yes, chieftain. Not enough. I am yours. Wait, I need something. No problem. Oh, trouble. Work of me. I am yours.
I dream.
Yes, Lord. Haste my blade. Yes, need something. I am yours.
Direct
Yes,
my
chieftain.
blade.
Ask me
There are
there.
enemies hiding.
Yes, Lord. Something.
Surround.
Is there another heal scroll so we can go again?
I am
No, not
yours.
yet.
Oh,
Fortified defenses and probably attack upgrade afterwards.
what task is there? I am hero and obey. Hey. Oh,
You be my
I am
next
yours.
big damn.
Are you hero and
Who do
obey?
I kill?
Oh, hey. Are you hero and obey? Hey. Are you hero and obey? Excellent choice.
You be my next big
I
damn.
am yours. Hey.
Use my power. There are enemies hiding. Tazdingo.
It's quite possible that he has a unit on my expansion to notify me, to notify him if I'm trying to go for the expansion.
Next big
Yes,
damn.
Lord.
So we're just gonna send a peon there to pose as if we are doing an expansion. Not that he's really got a lot of counter arguments
Yes.
to anything like that.
Ah. Hey. Excellent choice. Need something. Yes, Lord. Oh.
I
Yes,
dream.
Lord.
There are
I am yours.
enemies hiding.
Yes, chieftain.
Yama.
Oh.
Give
Yes,
me a
Lord.
pleasure.
Oh.
I think we'll just expand then,
Yes, Lord.
even though this is the tiny Great Hall
I
time.
am one.
What task is there? Excellent
I
choice.
answer the call.
Yes. Oh. What task is there? Yes,
I
chieftain.
dream.
And snare the Tinker, but focus him only with Grunts and Walker.
Say
And
the word.
attack the shop with the rest.
Task is there.
I
Yes,
dream.
chieftain. I am yours. Say the word.
My blade.
His destiny.
What
I
task
answer
is there?
the call.
Yes, Lord. Not
My
enough
next
mana.
big damn.
Yes, chieftain. Oh. Master, say the word. What trouble? Yes, chieftain. What task is there? Something.
I answer the call.
I am yours. Haste to my blade. What do you want? Yes, chieftain. Yes, Lord.
I dream.
Master. I am yours. What task is
There are
there?
enemies.
I am yours. No problem. Oh.
I am one.
Need
There
something.
are enemies hiding.
I am yours. What task is there? Hey. Yes.
What troubles you?
Yes, Lord.
Direct my
What task
blade.
is there?
We just get heal scroll and we go
There
again.
are
Yes, Lord.
enemies
Say the
hiding.
I am one.
You be my next big damn.
2 heal
I am
scrolls.
yours.
Right.
Yes, Lord.
You know what would have been good? That I feel like I've never done enough my whole life, that other orcs have done? Aggressive shop. Always think about it too late.
Haste to my blade. Oh. Not yet. What task is there? Yes, Lord.
There are enemies.
Yes.
Use my
So good.
power.
So underused.
Yes, chieftain. Check on. What task is there?
Big damn.
Oh. Hey. Are you hero and obey?
Spirits surround.
Need something. What task is there?
Oops.
Say
I
the word.
dream.
I am yours. Yes. Yes, chieftain. What task is there? Are you hero and obey? Yes. Excellent choice.
There are enemies.
That's still double heal scroll usage. Pretty big deal.
What do you want? I am yours. Something.
Now we start creeping some around him. We must be careful because
I am yours.
Sting is burning. That means orcs are nearby.
Oh,
Actually, I'm the orc. Never mind.
excellent
Sting,
choice.
I have felt its bite before, haven't you, Smeagol?
Are you hero and obey? Excellent choice.
Will be my next big day. I am one. As
Word party there.
will be charming.
Yes, Lord. Need something.
We are
Word
enemies
party there.
hiding.
Ha! Hey. Oh,
Direct my
I am
blade.
your word.
Who do I kill first?
Yes, Lord. Oh, research complete.
Direct my blade. Use my power.
Work complete.
Who will be my next victim?
I answer
Word
the
party
call.
there.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pump double wyvern
Are you hero and
Direct
obey?
my
right after
It be a pleasure.
Word
right
party
after
there.
we have about
Oh.
800 to 1,000 gold.
Use my power.
The reason we don't do it earlier is because we needed all these investments. Total war drums, second bestiary, we want one armor upgrade, lightning orb, clarity, mana potion.
We are enemies.
If we first pump units and then get all these tools,
Use my power.
we will have this really bad anti-timing economy push.
Yes, Lord. Yes.
That's why you first make all the investments on 50 food, and this is a large part of how to play
We are
50 food.
direct my blade. As
Okay, he's serious about denying this camp. That's a good play. It's got mortars as well.
we are enemies.
Word party there.
If he oversteps,
Take to my blade. Yes, yes, Lord.
okay, he didn't.
I answer the call. Need something.
Okay, now 2 peons here as well and 1 peon here.
Yes, Lord. Word party there. I am yours.
And a walker and
Yes.
the burrow we're already making it.
Word party
We are
there.
enemies in hiding.
Yes, Lord.
We be
I am
charming.
yours. Excellent choice.
Now we go for the 1 claws and shadow so that blades can carry 1 heal scroll as well.
Word party there.
Heal scroll. There's only 1 around for now.
Dreamed of this.
We definitely don't want to be running out of speed scrolls anytime soon, so we're going to get a second. Clarity as well.
Yes, Lord.
We'll give the heal scroll to Shadow so that he can give the speed scroll to Blade.
I am yours.
I am one.
Yes. Word party
More
there.
wyverns.
Excellent choice.
He probably has an English unit on me
I am hero
to monitor my progress.
What do you want? Yes, Lord.
Use my power.
Are there enemies above?
Flying machine actually.
Direct my blade.
We're under attack. Yes. Word party there. Yes.
English will not avail you, Flame of Verdun.
Yes, Lord. Word party there.
We are enemies.
Yes.
Dreamed. Just
Yes.
Direct my blade.
Yes, Lord. Yes.
I learned against this, you must
I am one.
Word party there.
morph your walkers.
Need something. Yes. I am yours. Excellent
We are
choice.
enemies in hiding.
Oh,
I answer.
They blow up walkers so bad that if you don't morph
I
them,
am one.
you will lose them.
I am yours. Yes, Lord. Are you hero and obey? Wait. Word
What we're gonna do now is, we don't need creeps anymore, right?
You be my next
No, I morphed one again.
I am
We're gonna try and catch units in between.
Word party there.
Hello.
Oh, for the burning blade.
I didn't want him to TP, so I had to drop the Orb of Lightning, otherwise the Purge could remove the Hex. 1 Bat Rider. And then he could TP. But if you drop it right next to him,
Party there.
I am one.
he can actually... Yeah, Gazlowe always feeds, man. If you drop it right next to him, he can actually pick it up, which would be too much.
I am yours.
So I had to drop it out of range and then finish him. Hex level 2 is long enough.
I am one.
Dodged.
I am yours.
Okay.
Just
Gazlowe feeding. He momentarily disconnected, it seems,
Excellent choice.
which is for the better.
What is
Yes. I am yours. Yes.
I dreamed of
Yes.
be my next victim?
We keep our walkers in ethereal form so that mortars can never hurt us again.
dreamed of this.
We've got bat riders to deal with the flying machine swarm that he should be making upon seeing wyverns. Kodo is still a target.
Yes. I dream. Need something. What? Yes. Yes. I hear something. Say the word.
I answer the call.
More bats.
I am one. It is destiny.
Walkers can just stand a bit more to the front, otherwise their position keeps being bad.
Are there enemies above? Say the word. No problem. Yes, Lord.
Another advantage, easier dispel.
I am yours.
I answer the call.
Yes, Lord. Say the word.
We are doing
Haste to my blade. Wait. What is something? Yes, Lord.
I answer the call.
What
I am
there?
We'll get another heal scroll.
I am yours. What do you want? Build there. Word. What do you want?
When we're high upkeep,
Something you doing?
we'll try to stop mining, especially if we built up enough of a bank.
kill fast.
Right.
I am yours.
Direct my blade.
I dream.
Fire it up.
We'll put these on control group 6 bats.
What troubles you?
I answer.
Oh, why did I morph them again? No.
It is
Habit, guys.
Oh,
Force of habit.
dream.
I am yours.
I am one.
Yes, Lord. Need something. I am yours.
Kill
Say
it.
the word.
Easy.
What troubles you? We're under attack. Yes, I am one. Yes, Lord.
Of course, he sees me.
What path is there? Yes, Lord. I am yours. What task is there? I am yours. What task is there?
I answer the
Nope.
call.
No, don't morph.
Where? Yes, Lord.
One with the earth.
What do you want? Oh, need something.
We can get liquid fire, more bats.
What task is there?
Still eating a knight, so he still knows where we are.
What task is there? Yes, Lord.
I dreamed of this.
Oh,
I am yours.
oh wow.
Say the word.
I
You're a
answer
meanie.
the call.
I am yours.
I dreamed of this.
What task is there? Yes, Lord. What task is there? Yes, Lord. Need something. I am yours. Trouble. Yes, Lord. I am hero and obey. I am yours. Yes, dead. Need something. Yes, Lord. Sword. Double domain. What task is there? Oh. Haste to my blade.
I am one.
Yes, Lord.
I am one.
I am yours.
Oh, wow. I was gonna save it with Shadow. Nope.
We need more gold. Yes, Deacon. No problem.
Oh well.
I dreamed of this.
Yes. What do you want?
Use my
Need
power.
something.
Who do I kill first? Yeah, man. It be a pleasure. What you want me to
Our whole mine has collapsed. Something needs doing.
direct my blade?
Let's remake it though, huh?
We need more
Shall we?
gold.
We are
We need more gold.
Yeah. What is it? Use my power.
I dreamed of this.
We are enemies behind.
Yeah, let's remake it. Blade 6
We
is
need more
nice.
gold. We need more gold. We need more gold.
So normally we would mine out much faster than
Use
him,
my power.
which could spell a loss even under these circumstances. But in this situation,
Big Dad.
we,
Enemies behind.
besides the fact that we still have a lot of creeps, by the way, so we can't get a third hero. In this situation, we stopped mining for a bit. Actually, it's not true. We wouldn't mine out faster. That's not true, but there could be some efficiency loss.
What trouble? Need
Direct my
something.
blade.
I answer the call.
But yeah, now it's him that has to worry about mining
I
out.
see. Mother Earth guide me.
Who be my next?
And you know, some people watch this and say, hey, why is it so hard? Wasn't early game great? It's true early game was good.
Next big Dad.
What's also true is that it's difficult to know exactly what you could have done better when it's going quite well, like maybe expand too late, that can influence. He did have a very early base,
I am one.
so he makes up for a lot of the early game deficit with better hero levels.
We are enemies.
Need something.
What I want to actually do is to get a third hero and creep him up. We saved up so many camps for late game because we've basically been creeping off of him.
Yes, Chieftain.
But gold comes in so slowly on low upkeep. I'm not selling any items either and purchased a few. So we're gonna have to wait nicely. I go with the Pandaren Brewmaster because he does some nice damage, some flying machines, fairly cheap.
I dream of this.
Nice damage on the ground as well.
Direct my blade. We are
Take Shadow away so that it doesn't soak up any of the experience.
The six of vengeance.
And Blade is back as well.
Yes, Lord.
who be my next.
Pretty huge blunder, by the way, losing Blade.
Prepare to get crushed.
Did influence the game
Have one on the house.
quite a bit.
We are enemies.
But what happened,
Another
happened.
round. I'll put it on
I
the
answer the call.
I need order.
So be it.
Oh, what party there?
It'll be quite surprising suddenly having a Panda 3 as well in the mix. We'll get a second armor upgrade. As much as people ask me when I should get upgrades or when they should, we're definitely a little late on it now.
Yes,
I am
Chieftain.
one.
What party there?
Okay.
Yama.
Oh, I am yours.
another
Never even
round.
finished the shop.
Name your position.
Yes, Lord. Say
I
the
am
word.
He's definitely saving up some kind of 100-foot army, I
Another
suppose.
round.
Yes, Chieftain. Yes, Lord.
I dream of
What
this.
party there? I am yours. Say the word.
Another round.
What party there?
So armor upgrades are the best thing I can be doing for us right now.
I'll put it on your
Oh,
I am one.
What party there? I am yours. Yes, Chieftain.
oh,
What
he will always have that item.
Yes, Lord.
Big Dad.
What party there?
Hawk tried the exact same thing. He will get that parry up to fatality,
Yes, Chieftain.
and he has a little moral victory.
Louis.
My power.
Oh, say the word.
I am one.
What task is there?
And that's that.
What do you want? Yes, Lord.
Who do I kill?
What task is there?
We be listening.
Armor upgrade is finishing up.
Yes,
I am
Chieftain.
We're gonna get a little bit of a heal scroll.
Research complete.
We are enemies be hiding.
Hello.
Use
Yes, Lord.
Another round.
Ringed Panda. Panda is a strength hero, has naturally low,
Have one on the house. Can I help you? Is trouble brewing?
naturally quite low
I
something.
dreamed
What do you
of
think?
this.
What do you think
I
I'm trying to
see.
say? Armor class, agility.
Another round.
I am yours.
Normally pity up should go to Shadow or
Oh,
Blade.
what task is there?
I'll give that to the
Excellent
Blade.
choice.
Is trouble brewing?
Blade actually
Are you hero and obey?
high natural armor,
What task
7.
is there?
Only 0.6 extra from the circlet.
Excellent choice. Hey. Oh,
Go get some pillage income from his. How
excellent
much gold
choice.
is there left in your mine? Let me take a look. 930.
Yes, Lord. Yes.
You see that? Spellbreaker.
Excellent choice. Need something. Oh. Yes, Lord. Are you hero and obey? Oh. Excellent choice. Yes, Lord. Hey. I am yours.
Not like this, you won't.
Surround. Mother
I'll
Earth guide me.
put them in ethereal form for safety.
Haste to my blade. Yes. I am yours. Word yes.
Name your poison.
Yes, Lord.
Is there Louis?
I am yours.
Thanks.
I am yours. Yes, yes.
What trouble you?
Word pass me here. Something. I am yours. Are you hero and obey? Hey. Excellent choice. Are you hero and obey? Ha! Excellent choice. Are you hero and obey? Oh. Yes, Lord. What is it? Excellent choice. Oh.
Probably has like 3
Yes,
upgrades.
Surround. I see.
Who do I kill?
Yes, I am dead. Yes, Lord.
Another
I
round?
am yours. Are you hero and obey? Trouble.
Okay, how do we deal with this new info? He's 2 upgrades. Luckily we've got Panda.
That
Word pass me here. Oh. We're under attack. Word pass me here. Yes. Need something. Oh. I am yours.
round?
Our tower's under attack. I need order. To the wind. Yes, Lord. Word pass me here. Other enemies above. Yes, Lord. Say the word. Oh. Trouble.
Pretty good unit. Shadow Hunter
Yes,
against
Lord.
no interrupt.
I am yours.
Robert Louis?
Excellent word. Yes, Lord. Are you hero and obey?
Only lost to 3 bats, and it's because I blew them up.
Another round?
I am yours. Haste to my blade.
You see?
Yes, Lord.
Another round? Have one for the house.
I am yours.
This is the worst position in the world by me.
Name your poison.
Word pass me there. Yes, Lord. Word pass me there. I am yours. Haste to my blade.
Another round?
I am one.
I need order. Yes, Lord. Haste. Ah!
Robert Louis?
Are there enemies above?
I answer.
I need order. Double. I am
Another
yours.
round?
I need order. Word pass me there.
Name your poison.
I am yours. Are there enemies above?
I see.
Yes, Lord. Yes. Word pass me
Very nicely done by him. Nice last fight.
You see?
Yes, Lord.
Still pretty close, man. He held for so long and he made such a nice army. Great job.
I am one.
I'm actually a little worried if we didn't have quite as much of a lead. Of course we had 2,000 gold to end the game. We should have made more units during the fight. I really thought with the amount of heroes and units we killed, but don't underestimate how late we expanded, how much money we spent on heal scrolls. And the strength of that human army. 11 hero kills. We have triple his experience nearly. I wouldn't say it was like close, but it was kind of close. For not being close. Maybe it was close. GG. You don't seem to use Warmal upgrades much, or am I missing something? We talked about that in the game. We had 2 armor upgrades. For the rest, we only had 4 melee units. So why melee attack? We had 5 wyverns. It's okay to get ranged attack, but like a little bit more damage on slowed wyverns, on tanks. Better to get items, in my opinion.